good evening everyone. Today I am here to discuss with you chapter number 8, hydrogen chloride. So as you know, hydrogen chloride, it is having general formula HCl. It consists of two different atoms, hydrogen and chlorine. Hydrogen is having mass 1 AMU, chlorine is having mass 35.5. So molar mass of HCl, that is 1 plus 35.5 is equal to 36.5 AMU. How to calculate the mass that you had studied in your class 9th? It's very simple. Just add the atomic mass of the respective number of atoms of each particular element, and then you will get the combined mass of that particular compound or molecule. Now this chapter is very much important from the board exam point of view, as it covers nearby 6 to 7 marks each year. So generally the question comes from this part, from the laboratory preparation. Definite question is there. It could be a reasoning part or direct question is there. Then another question that can be from this very chapter is with respect to the chemical behavior of HCl with different salts or with different compounds, like in some cases there are colored complexes formed, why the precipitate is soluble, why it is insoluble, what happens in the excess, what happens in the limited quantity. That all is very much important. So let's start with this. HCl, as discussed, it is having general formula, this one. So first method is regarding the preparation, that how it is prepared. Generally hydrogen and chlorine, when both are combined together in diffuse sunlight, they react and there is formation of hydrogen chloride gas. HCl gas is formed. This is the method of direct combination, but as this reaction takes place only in the presence of sunlight, so this reaction is also known as photochemical combination. Photochemical combination. Clear? Reaction taking place in the presence of sunlight. Next one is the direct heating. It could be the heating of any particular sodium salt or copper salt or potassium salt with acids like sulfuric acid concentrated. When they are heated at a temperature less than 200 degrees Celsius, what is formed? We get sodium bisulfate along with HCl. Here in case of copper, what is formed? Copper bisulfate along with HCl. So these are some methods, how it is formed, how it is not formed, you have to keep in mind. Clear? Okay, so the important topic which we have to discuss here is this one, the laboratory method of preparing HCl. Now this one is a general setup I had drawn for you. Using this particular setup, the HCl gas is prepared in the laboratory and further it is converted into hydrochloric acid. How it is prepared, that we have to understand very carefully. So this one is the stand with the help of which this round bottom flask, this one is known as RBF, round bottom flask, is held on a tripod stand which under it has a flame burner. This one is a thistle funnel, and thistle funnel contains concentrated sulfuric acid. Clear? This one is a further delivery tube. This one is connected to another chamber. It is containing sulfuric acid again. and this one here it is dry HCl gas which is recovered at the end. Air is expelled outside. Air, normal air containing air is expelled outside. Here this one shown with a green color, it is sodium chloride, NaCl. Now how this process is carried out, that you have to understand very carefully. Sulfuric acid concentrated, which is having very less amount of water, that is taken in the thistle funnel and slowly dropwise it is added here from the upward part, and from the lower end it is heated when sodium chloride and thistle funnel containing sulfuric acid, they are brought in contact and a slow amount of heat is given. What happens? There is formation of sodium bisulfate along with HCl. Gas is formed. Now, one thing important here to note, that temperature is always kept less than 200 degrees Celsius. Whenever this process has to be carried out, the temperature is always kept less than 200 degrees Celsius. Why? The reason for that is, if temperature is increased more than 200 degrees Celsius, then instead of sodium bisulfate or hydrogen sulfate, sodium sulfate is formed. Na2SO4 is formed, which is sticky in nature. And due to this sticky nature, it sticks to the vessel, this RBF, and further it will prevent the reaction of NaCl and sulfuric acid, and that will retard the rate of reaction, that will slow down the rate of reaction, and further it will slow the HCl formation. Now when HCl is formed here, it is in the gaseous form as it is written over here. This gaseous formed HCl, it is further passed into another chamber. This another chamber is having sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid is there. When it comes in contact with concentrated sulfuric acid, HCl is acidic. Sulfuric acid, that also is acidic. So no reaction takes place. But what happens? Here the gas formed may contain moisture. It may have moisture, so that moisture is removed here in this chamber. This chamber serves to remove moisture, this chamber, and purpose of using sulfuric acid, why? Because it is acidic, HCl is also acidic, so they do not get mixed or they do not react chemically. We don't use any other drying agent like calcium oxide or other basic drying agent, because HCl being acidic may react with a basic drying agent. Okay, then further this gas is totally moisture free, it is totally dry, and it is further recovered in this particular last chamber. And the method here used, it is downward displacement method, or we can also call it as the upward displacement of air. Method used is downward displacement or by the downward method, and the air is displaced from the upward part, so that method is also known as upward displacement of air. Clear? Okay. So important points here, we use sulfuric acid. Why sulfuric acid is used? Not nitric acid. The reason is sulfuric acid is non-volatile in nature and nitric acid is volatile. Volatile means it evaporates, it fumes. So if due to that nature, HCl is also fuming in nature, it is also volatile, so these two may mix. So to avoid the mixing, we use sulfuric acid. Next question is, why temperature is kept less than 200 degrees Celsius? The reason is, if the temperature is increased, then there is formation of Na2SO4. Third one, why we use concentrated sulfuric acid only to dry HCl? Because it is also acidic and HCl is also acidic, so they do not react. Only moisture is removed. And which method is used? The method is the upward displacement of air or by the downward level. Clear? Okay.